not it is coming to any kind of conclusion?
Well, generally speaking, investigations take some time. You have to make sure that you bring forth all the evidence and make sure you dot your I's and cross your T's. And so that is always a factor as it relates to cases that we do in our office. But again, I can't comment specifically as it relates to that specific investigation. But we do our best to make sure that when and if we do indict individuals, that we have gathered and marshaled all the evidence that's required to prove a case beyond the reasonable doubt.
Well, there is still testimony going before the grand jury, as we know. The sheriff's spokesman, Steve Whitmore, has confirmed for us that he plans to be before the grand jury. He has to speak tomorrow. So this does still go on. Tell me this, though. What possibly could come from this? In this forum, what comes out of this? Indictment or indictments?
Well, in any grand jury investigation, in any criminal grand jury investigation, you put forth evidence before a grand jury that at least the government would allege would establish probable cause that a crime or crimes have been committed. The grand jury makes a determination, and the culmination of that determination will result in either an indictment or what's called a no bill, where a grand jury says we don't believe that there's sufficient evidence. And so in all of our cases where we present evidence to a grand jury, when we're seeking indictment, we like to believe that we have established that probable cause threshold.
When we looked at the LA Police Department, which had its issues, it came under a consent decree. And that is really something that is more civil. That does not work in conjunction, if there were to be such a thing with the Sheriff's Department. This is not the forum for it, is it?
Normally, in a case, look, I have some personal knowledge as it relates to LAPD. I was the Inspector General during the consent decree.
With the Police Commission.
With the Police Commission, that's correct. That was a civil investigation where you can marshal evidence with a variety of different means. But that typically is the civil route where you're talking about a consent decree. Criminal investigations can result in consent decrees, but more often than not, the objective of a criminal grand jury is to seek an indictment.